and you instantly go online and Google yourself and say, did I do anything to get fired? Like, I have no idea what did I do? What did somebody videotape and say I said? What did I do? It's definitely the best time. I think we're a generation of change, which is exciting, which is wonderful to see. We're a generation of acceptance and appreciation, which is amazing and wonderful to see. And I think this is the perfect time for this show because it's, dealing with the blip from Endgame and showing these characters trying to reacclimate, trying to basically find their new normal is going to be us in a few months when we're all vaccinated and we have to find our new normal post-COVID.
The crazy part is, you might have known we were supposed to be the first streaming show, right? And then the pandemic happened. We were supposed to come out in August, but in a weird way, because so much has happened in our world, since August even, I'm kind of glad that we're coming out now, so that all of that can be incorporated in it.
It's crazy that we shot this show, 2 years ago, and none of this was planned out or thought of because we weren't in COVID then. I think the ending of episode 2 is pretty kick-ass. It's probably one of the best cliffhangers I've been a part of. It's a dope clip. It's a badass shot. It's pretty badass.
We have our own sort of like moment that we end on that kind of keeps you going about what's going to come next. But I would say episode 4 is probably a very strong one.
Well, because the shield belongs to Steve. And, Sam got into this because of his relationship with Steve. Sam wasn't waiting in the wings, hoping and waiting to become Captain America. The whole goal and idea was to save the world with Steve. So if he's Cap, that means Steve is no longer with him, So it takes the fun out of it. The idea of being a superhero and being Captain America as a Black man, representing a symbol that for 500 years has literally enslaved, downtrodden, and persecuted your people is a harsh reality to try and come to grips with. I took over his Instagram, he took over mine, and then he said he's been teaching me over the past week how to use Instagram and what's a worthy post and what's not. I've learned if a pretty girl with one post sends you a DM, it's a dude. I've learned how to post. I've learned how to follow a story and how to add to my story.
Like I said, I couldn't have done it without him, to be honest, because I was even looking back 5 years ago or 6 years ago, I was a very shy person, and I think they did me a great service by pairing us together, because I feel like he really gave me permission to have a good time and to embrace this experience, together.
We have a lot of fun. Sebastian's a good guy and a dear friend, and he's the polar opposite of me. There's no one or nothing that could be more opposite me than Sebastian Stan. And I think that's why it works so well. It's really fun to accept and appreciate each other's differences and be able to work in that in a I feel like in harmony.
We can go to work and we can show up and it's okay for us to sort of be ourselves, and then sometimes maybe some of it makes it to the screen. So yeah, we had some improv moments in the show.
Yeah, it feels great. I feel like if you look at the universe that we're living in now, as far as the MCU, you're seeing a lot of different aspects of culture being assimilated into the scripts and into the world. So like with She-Hulk, Miss Marvel, characters like that, I think it's great that they're seeing the times that we're in and adjusting to it.
Of course. I mean, it's like, I don't, it's so weird to even think, because it's been part of your life for so long, that like, it would be weird to even think of what it would be like without it, but yeah, for sure. Only because it's very seldom that, you get an opportunity in life to be able to go to work with the same people, and you get to see them again and time, and you kind of go, okay, wow, how's your life different? Or what's happened since the last time I saw you? And then you're kind of growing together and bringing experiences to the characters, and then the characters get a little deeper. So yeah, it's been an interesting ride.
You never know, man. You never know. Like, they call you and they're like, come to LA, and you instantly go online and Google yourself and say, did I do anything to get fired? Like, I have no idea what did I do? What did somebody videotape and say I said? What did I do? So for about 45 minutes, I Googled myself and was like, all right, I didn't do anything. So let's see exactly how this is going to play out. It was great, man. It's always a pleasure to see those guys. And, when they call you in, it's always something special, is going to come out of that meeting. So, going into it, I was very unsure of what possibly the outcome was going to be. But when they told me the idea of it, I was very happy.
I always certainly hear about them, and I'm always like slightly confused, because I'm like, if there are these conversations happening, like why isn't anybody calling me about it and having a conversation with me about it? I mean, like anybody, I grew up on Star Wars, and for me, Empire Strikes Back was like one of my favorite movies, and Mark Hamill is, one of the most iconic personalities, and Luke Skywalker is an iconic character. So obviously, it's almost, it doesn't sound like it's my choice. It doesn't feel like it's up to me. Whatever that needs to be will sort itself out. And if it includes me in any way, hey, who knows? Well, it's one of those things where, you're obviously, it's like you're grateful that people are seeing it. And of course, like, I've always wondered what happens to Luke when it's, the end of Return of the Jedi. Like, where does he go and what happens to him? I think those questions would be really interesting. And of course, it's another one of those things where you're like, well, you don't want to up that character, you want to get that one right. So anyway, but we'll see.